All right. All right. That looks good. Looks like we're live, lads. 2 live streams in 2 days. 2 live streams in 2 days, lads. It ain't a problem for G. No, it ain't a problem for your boy. 2 live streams in 2 days. Let's get the people in the chat. I want to talk about certain things. I was watching one of Sporting Icon's video on Deontay Wilder. I'm waiting for the Wilder fans to start accusing JDs of some shenanigans now. But I also want to read, before I go on camera, what Mauricio Sullivan of the WBC said just recently about Deontay Wilder. And this right here, right? Let's read it here when I start this chat, right? WBC president was on Sky Sports, and Sullivan, like, I'll give my 2 cents on him now in a sec, right? But he said Deontay Wilder is a very dear fighter, a champion of the WBC, and deserves, of course, another opportunity. He gave Tyson Fury the opportunity. Tyson Fury beat him. He deserves the opportunity. I mean, lads, that's Mauricio Sullivan in a nutshell. That's Mauricio Sullivan. He's always had a soft spot for Deontay Wilder. Seriously, if you go back and you see when Wilder was champion, look at how much he used to big Deontay Wilder up. So he's and I hope you like the new avatar for the live streams. I like it. I put that on last night. I like it. But Sullivan's always had a soft spot for Deontay Wilder. He's always thought of Wilder as a bit of a darling with the WBC. So he's coming out now and he's saying that Tyson Fury should be giving Deontay Wilder another opportunity because Deontay Wilder gave him the opportunity. Now, I'm going to say it now, right? When Wilder gave Fury the opportunity, right? He literally, I was there in Belfast that night they done the call out, right? In fact, I'm just going to go on camera now. Right, I was there that night in Belfast. Right, I wasn't exactly ringside, but I was close enough to it at ringside, and I saw Tyson Fury look terrible against Pianetta. Right, he just looked, he looked all over the shop against Pianetta. Like, not in terms of him having a tough fight, but in terms of just where he was. I remember Wilder at ringside even gave him the WBC title just to walk around, have a bit of a laugh in Belfast with that. For me, right, when I saw that, I was just thinking, looking at Wilder, I was like, he thinks he's taking candy from a baby. Wilder thinks, I'm going to fight this guy. It's going to be the best win on my resume. It is going to be taking candy from a baby, and I can use that to just, go to the stratosphere. That's what I thought was going on in Wilder's head. I reckon, right, if Tyson Fury had 2 comeback fights, right, and just say for argument's sake it was bad, they were better than Pianetta and Safiri. Say he fought Tom Shorts out of Wallin, right, and he looked good in those fights. Do you really think Deontay Wilder would have given Tyson Fury a title shot so soon? I doubt he would have. Of course he wouldn't have. So Wilder giving Fury a shot, that was because he thought Fury was... I thought Fury was... I didn't doubt that Fury could get himself back in shape, get back, to where he should be, but not that quick. No way that I think he'd get there that quick. And remember, like, loads of people were saying at the time that they thought it was a cash-out fight for Tyson Fury. They thought Frank Warren was even cashing him out. They thought that Fury, they saw him against Safiri. He looked dog shit. He didn't look much better against Pianetta, and they were like, cash out, Tyrell Big style. Let's get this guy out of there. He's a train wreck waiting to happen, right? So obviously Wilder gives him the shot. Fury, for my money, beats him. It was a draw. It is what it is. And then the WBC ordered the rematch, right? They ordered the rematch, right? They ordered the rematch. So the rematch was a case of they had to do it. So, I think that there, when Sullivan says, well, he gave him the opportunity, and like, yeah, it's very different. And it's almost like Sullivan's acknowledging the fact, because if there is a rematch clause in the contract, surely Sullivan should just say, well, you have a rematch clause, it's still valid, it's still this. Why don't you just sign the rematch clause? If the rematch clause is still there, he wouldn't be saying just give him an opportunity. He'd be saying give him his title shot. So he's not saying that. So that's why I got to say that that rematch clause, to be honest with you, lads, if you want me to be 100% honest, as much as I don't want to see it, and I really don't want to see it, why do I have a feeling that we're likely going to get that rematch next year, the trilogy fight next year? I don't know why. I hope we don't. All right, I really don't. But I don't know why. I just think that at this minute in time, there's just going to be too much. I think like Shirley Finkel, Al Heyman, they're just going to try JD. They're just going to try everything, pull out all the stops to just get this trilogy fight over the line. Just get this trilogy fight over the line. And I think if you have WBC coming along saying it now, it's just going to be like, what the fuck? All right. I want to get and big up a few people in the chat, get some comments in. Big up to Big Dan. Big up to Big Dan. He's released the video on his channel. Right. I know YouTube are they're a little bit, you know what, on some of your videos, mate. But it's there, man. Some people, it's good work as well, by the way. Good editing. So give that a look. Big up to Rich. Hashtag G-Man's Rocks. Course, always. Evening, fellas. Big up, Rich, every time. Ellen, big up to you, my friend. How are you? Hashtag G-Man's Rocks. Eat well, train well, punch hard. Good evening. Yeah, that's it, man. Eat well, train well. Well, the gyms are back open next Tuesday. Oh, man. Fuck me. I can't wait. Man, I've missed it. As in case you don't know, just put it down there, lads. Hashtag G-Man's Rocks. Big up to Dean O'Donnell. Good evening, lads. Evening, Dean. Big up to you, my friend. Salute. Smash the like button on your way in. Boxing fans, big up every time. If you could, lads, that'd be much appreciated. Even Darren, big up to you. G-Man, bro, what's up? It's all good, man. It's all good. Big up to you, Buzzy. Georgie Boys Boxing. Big up to you. G-Man's Rocks, of course, as always. Some things may change, but hashtag G-Man's Rocks ain't going nowhere. What does that say? Basically, where was it there? Yeah, basically Wilder in bed with Wilder. Yeah, basically. That's what I'm getting from Sullivan. That, you know, that's what I'm getting. Mauricio Sullivan. Should you remember, was it when he fought Stavern or after he fought Stavern? They said like Wilder was like on par with Larry Holmes in terms of his jab. What? You can look that up. That's what he even said. They were like, best jab I've seen since Larry Holmes or something like that. I was like, bruh, the fuck? No, man. Big up to Tony every single time, man. I appreciate the super chat every time, man. That's much appreciated. Thank you. Much respect and happy days, prosperity and peace to all the family. Man, big up to you. Thank you so much for the super chat, my friend, and big up to you every single time. Glad you're here. You got to always call out the regulars. You always got to look after the people, look out for you. Big up to you, my friend. Big up every time. And big up to Dell. Hashtag G-Man's Rocks. Salute to you, Dell. Big up to you every single time, man. One of my favorite channels, Blue Collar Sports TV. Right? I will gladly listen, right? Even if it's not like a subject I'm interested in, I'll gladly listen to your thoughts on it because you call it like it is, bro. I like listening to you. Love listening to some of your videos. Coach Ashir going to be in Billy Joe's corner. Man, big up to Coach Ashir, man. Big up. You know, I hope he's in this chat this evening, actually. Big up to him. Big boys. Shout out to you, my friend. Hashtag G-Man's Rocks every single time. Sup, fellas. Do you know what, right? I don't often do 2 live streams in 2 days. I don't know if I'll be able to get one this weekend because I'm quite busy. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream. I'll definitely be able to stream Saturday, but Sunday I'm not too sure. So if I can't, I'll get 2 in this weekend anyway, or this day anyway, which is big up. So big up to you, my friend. Watching your channel a lot. Good analyst. Bro. Open for work. IFL. Anyone like, maybe not IFL, but anyone out there, you know. Just saying, you know. Your boy is free. Any journalist or analysts out there want your boy, email address is on the About tab. Just saying. Big up to Johnny Boy. 78. Oh, man. He is just... Joe, for my shame, I used to watch him back in the day. I always thought there was always something odd about him. But then when he started, then I realized what was odd about him. And there's all kinds of shit wrong with that guy. Jesus, man. Those whole LDBC guys, I swear to God. Fuck, man. Those LDBC. Oh, boy. G-Man looking for that MTK money. G-Man just looking to get any fucking money. G-Man just looking to get fucking into anywhere. He's looking to get his wings going, bro. G-Man's looking to get anything in there. That's why I've been interviewing fighters lately, man. Trying to get anything to get my name out there. Yoka versus Hammer this weekend. Yoka moving in the right direction. We'll put it like this, right? Remember Hammer was meant to fight Dave Allen, all right? Looking back in hindsight, Hammer would have absolutely beat the crap out of Dave Allen, right? And against Yoka, Hammer's durable, man. Hammer's durable. He's only been stopped twice, right? He's been stopped by Fury. That was a retirement. And he got laid out. Do you remember the Marius? That was 10 years ago as well. And he got absolutely sparked by Marius Wack. Good right hand again that he was hit with. And that absolutely laid him out. And you don't often see Marius Wack knock guys out like that. So, Hammer's always been durable. He went the distance with Ortiz. He is quite negative, though. Because I remember when he fought Povetkin, and he was having a good year that year. Remember 2017, right? He was having a real good year. He started the year off. That Pricey's so tragic, lad. Started that fight off with Pricey, the most tragic thing you'll ever see. Remember that WTF video I did? I was like, man, that is just tragic. What happened to him against Pricey? Who did he fight then? He fought someone else then and he got a win. He fought Tepper, I know, the year before. I think he fought someone else and got a win as well. And then they put him in there with Povetkin. And the man he was just happy to get through the 12 rounds. He wasn't, he was just happy to get through the 12 rounds. One question, lads, I got to actually ask about that fight, right? I'm just curious because I haven't checked BoxRec for, what's the guy's name? I haven't checked BoxRec for Hammer, or not Hammer, Yoka. Have they updated that with Johan Dubois? Because you all remember when he fought him, he won it by first round, and then for some reason it was taken, BoxRec just gone on both their BoxRecs. Has that been rectified, or what's the crack with that? Or is that a no contest? God knows. A big up anyway to you, Tony, man, every time. You're sticker with Dubois. Lads, I've got a video, right, that I've recorded, right? It's going out tomorrow. It's going out literally 7 o'clock, probably tomorrow morning, first thing. And it's my final thoughts on Dubois, Joyce, right? It's my final thoughts. I'm not going to say any more on it, but as many of you will know, I've been thinking a lot about that fight, put it like that, right? Because I made that prediction video about this day last week. I was happy with it. And ever since then, they always say your first instinct should be the right instinct. But I was like, right, I think Dubois will win it on points. I always thought that. I was like, Dubois will win it on points. But I've been watching a lot of Joe Joyce in the last week. I've been watching some of Dubois as well. I've been watching a lot of Joe Joyce. And it got me thinking. I'll leave it at that, right? I'll leave it at that. Oh, it is on BoxRec. All right, big up, Dale. Thanks for that. It is on BoxRec. I missed a load of comments earlier on in the chat. I want to read a few of these, actually. Because, where was we going? Where's we going? Oh, yeah. Sullivan and Beyonce. I can't start F them both. Yeah. What can you do, man? Big up to Robbie as well. And Sullivan is very good friends with Don King. Well, Jose Sullivan and WBC and Don King. So father, son, I suppose. I don't think Jose's bad. I really don't think Jose Sullivan was as bad. Maybe he was, but this Mauricio Sullivan guy, I mean, look at the other sanctioning bodies. You don't see as much in general. Look at the little fuckery he does. Look at what he was doing in May when he was giving out those heroes of the world fucking titles to people. That was bullshit. Much rather see Wilder move the Bridger weight. Yeah, that's gonna flop. Man, that is gonna flop like an old woman's tits. That's what's gonna happen with that division. You want to see it because you want to see Fleury defend the title and see how he does. Wilder not going to change. Nah, man, he ain't going to change at all. He ain't going to change at all. Could Conor Benn make super lightweight? Not now. Not now. I actually thought he looked a bit... I know he's small. And he should have been a super lightweight. But for some reason, he kind of looks a bit... I don't know. He looked a bit drawn at the weight the last time. So I don't know. Maybe he's definitely going to be finding a welterweight. I'd say that. Evening G, man. 2 live podcasts, 2 days, hardcore dedication. Well, I got it. I love doing these, bro. I love doing these. I do these because they make me happy. I love getting the fans in. I love seeing them. So when I have time, and I have time today, so we're all G. We getting these out. Man, I don't mind seeing Wilder get smashed again, but no network wants it right now. Yeah, that's actually another thing. I mean, the network is going to be an issue with that. Because BT, no, they'll sell the shit out of that over here. But over in the States, meh, who knows? They'll probably just go on ESPN. They'll probably just put it on ESPN. When the crowds come back, sure, but not net. Yeah, man, they're not going to fight with no crowd. Ain't going to fight with no crowd. And as Dale said, gee, man, looking for the MTK money. Not necessarily. Any money will do, Dale. I just want to get there. That's the 2021 goal. Have you noticed Coogan hasn't interviewed Fish Eyes in a very long time? Umar, IFL, Umar never interviews Hearn either. Hearn don't like Umar. Oh, man. I can imagine something similar is going to happen on Boxing Social with Rob Tebbert and Adam Smith. I can't see Rob Tebbert interviewing Adam Smith anytime soon, lads. Not after that last interview. Damn, where is the Yoka fight in France? Yeah. Oh, it's definitely going to be in France. 100% that's in France. I remember last time we fought in France, they actually had fans in. I don't know if they're going to. I don't know if they're going to have it. I hope they do. It was nice seeing some fans in. It was like, what? I watched that on a stream, and I wasn't expecting to see fans. So when I seen them all in the arena, I was like, holy shit, we got fans in here. I was like, fuck. It was a 1-round blowout, but still, we got fans in. Hashtag G-Man's rock. Sky Sports need G-Man, the great. They do. Although I hear Sky Sports are very picky about what you say. So I got to be careful. See, here's the problem with me, right? I would want to be able to go and, like, not go in, but, like, if I say that was a crap performance, not, be have my balls in a vice, basically. I want to be able to say that. I don't want to be able to have to say, well, he could have done a bit better. It was a bit lackluster, but I don't want to say, if I think someone's not had a good performance, I'll say it. I'll just be like, yo, yeah, that was crap. He's going to get absolutely sparked if he steps up. I don't think Sky like it. Yoka next good young boxer, saw the Dubois fight. Yeah, I seen it. Watched it live. Done a post fight on it as well. It was good. I was surprised, man. I thought he'd win. I thought he'd win it late. First round knockout. I didn't see it. Man, no one saw that coming. Against the guy who's normally durable. The guy was getting hit left, right, and center by Povetkin. A juiced up right to the tit Povetkin, who barely trained. Like, yo, Dubois barely trained. So, man, yeah. Apparently, Yoka has already entered purse bids with Peter Millis. Yeah, he's actually, what's happened to him? Because he stopped Kevin Johnson about a year or two ago. I've heard nothing from him since. I've seen a few people high on him a little while ago. Some sort of EBU shot after Hammer 2. He's getting it done. Yeah, that's what, man. What's happened to that Peter Millis guy? Because I haven't heard much from him. There was a good bit of chat about him when he stopped Johnson, and then I've not heard anything about that guy. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Yeah, it's the only good thing John Rollins ever done for the sport of boxing was commentate on that Jurgen Teppa fight. Salute. Big up to Johnny every time. Big up to Johnny every single time. Oh, yeah, and it is on BoxRec. That's good to go. TKO. Which one? Tony Yoka looks like a kid in the playground with boxing gloves. He looks a bit... Am I the only guy who thinks that Tony Yoka looks a bit lost? Just in general. Just when he's walking, I think he just has that kind of lost look in his face. You see him just walking around. I don't know, it's weird. He just kind of looks a bit lost. Maybe it's just me. But I always got that impression about Tony Yoka whenever I look at him. It's just like, bro, you look lost. It just looks like a kid fresh out of water. Do you know that sort of way? It's weird. It's weird. That's the way I've been looking at it when I see him. He's just literally like a kid fresh out of water who just looks just a bit lost. Like, that's the best way I describe him, lad. That's the best way I describe Tony Yoka. What does that say? You think Dubois stops him? Do we? Dubois stopping Joe Joyce? I'll give my 2 cents on that now in a sec. You think Dubois stops Joyce? Joe Joyce more calm. Yeah, Joe Joyce is the press conference as well today was a bit of an eye opener. And Dubois like saying to Joe Joyce's blind mum that you won't see your son or something like that. That was a bit, yeah, that wasn't the nicest, And I'm not someone who's real, like, look, I have a dark sense of humor. I think that stuff's funny that most little pussies would find offensive, but that was kind of a bit, nah. Joe Joyce seems trimmed down. He's probably still going to come in the 260s, though, to be fair. Johnny says, gee, who do you got, Dubois or Joe Joyce? Right, if you watch my prediction video, it would say Dubois. And I'll go in depth in that a little bit more in tomorrow's video. You'll see it in tomorrow's video. Kind of what I think about this fight now. So I'll leave it at that. I'm having the same thoughts. Big on Dubois by KO, but now I'm doubting myself. Could see Dubois getting drowned late on if he can't get Jojo. That's the consensus, Del. Like everyone seems to be saying that if Dubois can get rid of Joe Joyce or can really put it on Joe Joyce and get him out there early, that's how he's going to do it. If he doesn't, then it's kind of going to be what's going to happen is how is it going to go, this, that, and the other. I have my 2 cents on what I think is going to happen in this fight. I'm just going to leave it at that. I've got my 2 cents on it. I think I know, and I think I've given it enough thought. I think I know exactly. Well, not exactly, you can never be sure, but I'm pretty sure I know kind of what I'm thinking about this fight. But we all got to wait and see. We just got to wait and see. But someone was on my live stream last night, right? And they said, I think, was it someone asked Mark or someone, it might have been Mark, but they said, could they see this being a shootout, like Hagler Hearn style early on, where both guys just say, fuck it, go charging at one another and just have a little shootout? If that happens, if they do have a shootout, then I think that Joe Joyce is the better of the two to have a shootout. I think he'll come off a lot better if they have a shootout. If Daniel gets him within 6, Joe will win by TKO. I think Daniel might gas tank Joe in the head. Just my opinion. It's man, this is interesting. Like, this is a proper, like, do you ever hear Eddie Hearn, right? When he comes out and says, oh, it's a genuine 50-50 fight. And it's clear, like, he'd probably say, like, Christopher Lovejoy versus Dave Allen, it's a genuine 50-50 fight. We've got Dave Allen, known commodity. We've got Chris Lovejoy, undefeated. Don't look at his record. It's a genuine 50-50. Kind of things like that. This is a genuine 50-50 fight. This is. Wilder is a counter. Let's hope Hellenius will be his chemo. Yeah, that's a savage, Johnny boy. Seriously. But yeah, no, Wilder, oh, man. Even his whole team, bro. And his fans, those Wilder fans are just fucking. I never seen anything like it. And you know what's funny, right? Most of those Wilder fans, I'm telling you this now, right? He has his hardcore fan base, right? Who've always been there. But go back to 2016, right? I guarantee you, there was there's fans of Wilder today who are going along with Glovegate, who are going along with all this BS, right? There were fans of Wilder today who were probably coming out saying that Povetkin was spiked by Wilder, that the WBC were protecting Wilder, that this, that, and the other. All this, because look at the conspiracy theories that people were making about Wilder 3 or 4 years ago. They were saying the WBC were spiking people's drug tests because they didn't want Wilder fighting anybody, that the WBC are protecting them, that all this was happening, that fighters are, getting popped dirty when they haven't even popped dirty just to protect Wilder. That's what these people were saying. And I guarantee you, the majority of the people who are saying that now are the guys who were saying, oh, yeah, Fury's gloves, look at them. They're clearly tampered with. I'm telling you now. Those are the fans of Wilder. By the way, for us, UK is on Box Nation. I don't pay for Box Nation, Del. I gave up. Can you believe, right, that they were charging people still 12 quid for Box Nation when they weren't showing any fights, and they were still making you pay subscription base. Fuck, I don't pay Box Nation, man. I will be what did I use? I used very important person, your boy, and I'll be watching Joe Joy. I'll be watching Tony Oka. Make it out what you will. It won't be cracking, but your boy is a very important person. Make it out what you will, lads. I went through the same process before the Gorman fight. Do you know what's funny, right? Robbie, I'll tell you this, right? People during the Gorman fight, people were like Dubois the whole time until then they were like Gorman. Man, I was never, honest to God, right? I was never, ever in doubt that Dubois would win that fight. Because I was never, and I'm still not 100% convinced by Gorman now. I was never convinced that Gorman was that good. Some people said that, they thought technically he was better, this, that, and the other. But I used to look at Gorman and just think, yeah, he looks okay. Like, he looked all right against Sean Turner, but I don't know. I just couldn't understand why people were bigging him up so much. It was bizarre to me. So, yeah, with Gorman, it was like, no, I ain't going to, no. So I thought Dubois would win it later than he did, to be fair. But I always thought Dubois when I never went back. I never thought of things like this, put it like this. And lads, 31 in the chat. If you could smash the like button, lads, I'd really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. The age of social media has certainly exposed Marciano. I'm sure Jose also pulled plenty of dodgy shit. I'm assuming you mean Marciano there. I'm assuming Jose pulled any dodgy shit, but we never knew about it. Oh, yeah, man. There was always dodgy shit going on back in the day. You look at guys like Sonny Liston, bought and sold, owned by the mob. There was always dodgy shit going on, but you didn't hear about it back then. We've got social media now, where if you even say a joke that's offensive, the whole flipping world knows about it. Unfortunately, IFL need you. Hashtag G-Man's rocks. Too fucking right they do, lads. Too fucking right they do. Send it off to IFL. Just saying. You know, your boy's available. Just saying. Need dollar. That's it, bro. That's it, bro. Eddie Hearn hinted that Billy Joe will fight Andre at super middleweight if he doesn't get Canelo. Right. Yeah, it's probably not going to be the most pleasing on the eyes. I'll give you that. I will give you that. It's probably not going to be the most pleasing on the eyes, but I think we'll see. I think Demetrius Andre, right? I know most guys in this chat. I know Dale. I think you've said it before that you've never understood the hype of Demetrius Andre. I've followed his career for a while. I've always felt he was a good fighter, that he was a talented fighter. But I think his flaws are out there for the world to see. He gets very lazy in fights. He's not got a killer instinct. But when he's on it, he's on it. That's what I think. But what really worried me about Demetrius Andre was that Jack Kulkai fight. Because that was meant to take place in 2016, meant to take place in Germany. And Demetrius Andre, remember, he pulled out of that fight because he didn't want to travel to Germany. And then they had it in 2017. And I was thinking, right, Demetrius Andre should look good in this fight because Jack Kulkai is not amazing. And he just looked horrible. Well, he didn't look horrible, but it was a close fight. Some people thought he lost. And he has performances where he looks good, but then he doesn't finish the guy, or he doesn't do this, doesn't do that. I think Demetrius Andre, we need to see him in there against someone who's top level, and he's never fought anyone top level. And then we'll really be able to gauge how good he is. I think that he is good, but I just think that I don't know. There's just he's lacking something. He's definitely lacking something. Definitely. Joe is constantly lost to you. No, I think Joe Joyce has something there, all right. But when I look at Yoka, he just seems to be like that, just shy kid in school who's maybe just a bit, out there, and is just looking around like, the fuck, what am I doing? He's one of them. He looks like a kid looking for his mum at an amusement park when she was having a sick with the clown. Jesus, bro. What the fuck, man? He's coming for concern of what's coming back. Yeah, that's Joe Joyce in a nutshell. That is literally Joe Joyce. Don't give a shit about what's coming back at him. It's crazy to watch, though. It's crazy. He just doesn't like. Bermain Stavern should not be landing on anybody at this stage. And he was able, especially when he was 270 something pounds. Do you remember he said he was in better shape for that fight than he was? Man, that lad, right? Bermain Stavern, he bugs the shit out of me, that guy. I hope he's retired. I'm sure he is. But he was a pain in the arse. You ever listen to him in interviews and stuff like that? He just say the dumbest shit ever. He'd say stuff like, I'm in the best shape of my career, this, that, and the other. And he'd weigh in 20 pounds heavier. He looked terrible. He was calling out AJ before that fight. And he goes in there. He has one decent round against Joe Joyce where he landed a few hooks. And then he gets absolutely smited the rest of the fight. Someone said that to me once. They were like, he absolutely got smited. And I just could not laugh when I heard it. It was funny as shit. Mills fought Pianetta after stopping Johnson on cuts. Oh, right. Did he? I didn't even know he fought Pianetta. All in Germany. Yeah, people were talking good about him at one stage. They really were. And I think I'd seen like one of his fights, and I was like, yeah, this guy doesn't look too bad. But ever since then, I've not really heard anything about him. He's just kind of gone off the radar. He's gone off the radar. I was keeping an eye out for Hassam Cesare on Saturday. I think he's the real. I've heard a few people mention him now, to be honest. I've heard a few people, and I will be definitely keeping an eye out. I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for him. I always keep an eye out for some of these prospects. I think that what is it? He's fighting Guido Nicolas Pito, because I have actually that box rec opened on another tab. This weekend's box rec, because I actually hadn't heard of any real fights, because I knew Jack Kulkai was fighting Louis Lane, that big heavyweight David Aleli, is how you think you pronounce it. So yeah, there's a few fights on this card. So I'm probably only going to cover the main, to be honest with you, lad. Probably only going to cover the main. Eddie Hearn keeps selling ketchup popsicles. Oh boy, I can't believe I was covering a women's boxing. Do you know that, lads? I was acting like a right fucking simp. Those are gone. I got rid of those Katie Taylor videos, by the way. They're gone from the channel. No women's boxing on this channel. I can't. I don't fucking enjoy it. I was covering for the wrong reasons. No way am I covering it. Do you know, right? That card with Katie Taylor, that was a pain in the arse to sit through. Like, I wanted to watch the Jack Cullen versus John Doherty fight. But after that, I was just looking at it, I was like, what am I doing with myself? That really made me question everything when I was watching that. And I was like, I'm not enjoying it, but yeah, I'm covering these fights. What am I doing? And there was other things on I could have been watching. And I was like, nah. Eddie Hearn has a fighter called Israel Mabarel, who was mandatory for Jamal's. You mean Jamal? WBA? Because I know Jamal's the WBA. Hearn could have all the belts at super welterweight. That'd be interesting. I haven't seen much of him now, to be honest with you. So I'll need to reserve judgment on that now, to be honest with you. I'll need to reserve judgment on that now until I see him. But both Charlos are looking good. They really, really are. Jamel, who was 154. Look, I'm not saying that you need to do this, but if you can box him, you have a good chance in there. I think if you can box Jamel, you've got a very good chance in there. That's what I have to say about him. That's my thoughts on Jamel. If you can box him, you've got a good. Not saying you'd win, but you have a good chance. Big up to AAA. What's your opinion on Andre versus Liam Williams fight? If it happens, I think Liam is massively underrated. Look, Liam Williams is a very, very, very good fighter. Make no mistake about that. He's a very, very good fighter. I'm not making accusations here. And I like watching Liam Williams fight. I do. But I do find it a bit suspicious, right? And this is just me. This is me because I've got quite as I've said several times, right? Many people know this about me, that I'm a thinker, right? I'm always thinking about things. And I do find it quite suspicious, right? I'm just saying that you have a guy who looked always good, at domestic level, took his loss against Liam Smith. That's fine. Looked always good. Goes to Dominic Ingles' gym, moves up in weight, and looks a killer. I do find that quite, you know where I'm going with this. But I do find that quite, a little bit strange, just from that sense that, you have a guy who, was always a good fighter. Won't take that away from him. But then all of a sudden changes gyms, moves up in weight, and he goes from being a good fighter to being a killer. I do find that quite bizarre. I think that Atlantis Fox guy said that Williams hits harder than Demetrius Andre, and he certainly walked right through him. So be interesting. Box Nation, good for showing repeats. Yeah, but you can get them on YouTube, bro. It depends if you want what commentary you want, but you can get them fights on YouTube. So paying £12 a month, and I can afford it, but I'm not gonna pay it. It's like pay-per-views, like Joshua versus Pulev, right? I can afford that. I can afford that show. I can afford that show, no problem. I can if I really wanted to. But do you think I'm actually going to go in and pay 27 quid? I think it's nearly 28 quid over here for that. I'm not gonna. If it had been cheaper, like a little bit cheaper, I probably would have. But I ain't paying that. No, I ain't paying that for that. No way. Yeah, costume was heavy. Water Spike. Fury gloves were rolled. Breland was on the take. They're getting stupider every minute. Well, did you hear people are saying now that that he had like a little white thing fall out of one of his towels or something like that? So the man that they love to, say is, in Wilder's best interest and this, that, and the other, will they make an excuse now? Will it bat now? Who knows? We got to wait and see about that too. We got to wait and see about that. But the excuses are funny, man. They're just so funny. They're just so. It's just crazy. What the fuck happened there? That was weird. It's like the stream just reset there. Give me 2 secs. StreamYard just being a pain in the arse. StreamYard being a pain in the arse. How's that? Is that any better, lads? I just knocked the camera off. For some reason, that camera was being laggy as hell. Like, this whole stream has been pretty laggy. I don't know what's going on with it, but that seems to be a bit better there. All right, we'll keep it at this for just the time being. Just for the time being. Just for the time being. I don't know what was on there. I had it like going in the background, and I could see that it was lagging a bit. I was like, not good when it starts lagging. It's never good when it starts lagging. But yeah, Joyce definitely better than Kevin Johnson. Yeah, he is better than Kevin Johnson. He's miles better than Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson was never that good. Del, I know the feeling. You watched Dubois live. You were surrounded by, was there fights on at that? Like, as in the crowd. I know in Warren, when he had the fans in, there was always fights. Shit, there was always fights at some of those shows. You used to wonder what was going on some of them shows. There was always fights. Remember Fury when he fought or what was his name? Safiri. Fuck, man. There was always fights on there. Yoka versus Hammer will be on that website too. Not the nose candy, though. I don't know what that one is, but I know the crack. I know Kraken. Yeah, I know that. It wasn't last time because that was the first website I used for the last one when he fought. I'm just gonna try and bring that camera back in now. Yeah, that was the first one I was looking for when he fought Dubois, but it wasn't on there. But then I used, a different one, and it was perfect. Very important G. That's what I'll say. Very important G. Very important G. Who wins? David Adeleli versus Fabio Wardley. I would probably give it to Fabio Wardley. I'm more impressed with him than I've been with well, Adeleli, like, he's only 3-0, so we need to give him that. We need to give him a bit of time. But I've been real impressed with Wardley. Real impressed with him. I genuinely thought when he was going to fight Vallily that would be a competitive fight, because I'd seen Vallily plenty of times, and I knew he was crushed. Let's say he was crushed by that defeat against the guy Briedis when he fought Briedis on the Bellew Flores undercard. It was Bellew Flores. I knew he was kind of crushed by that a bit, but I thought like he'd come back. He'd look quite decent in some of his fights, but Wadley just walked through him. Vallily was like an IBA champ. He was a good amateur, and you're talking about Wadley being 3 blue collar fights and turning pro. So it shows that you can have all the amateur credentials in the world, but you ain't got it as a pro. You ain't got it as a pro. Joyce will be concerned when Dubois plants one straight in his chin. He'll feel it. No doubt he'll feel it, and no doubt Dubois will land. It'd be interesting to see how Joyce looks when he gets hit. That's definitely sure. Mini Max, big up to you, man. Big up to you every time. The king of ripped jeans. Exactly, bro. King of ripped jeans. If it ain't ripped, it ain't going near me. That's a fact. You're hearing Joyce, but yeah. So people are saying in the chat, bro. So they're saying, be interesting. I'll have to have a look-see at that. Man. Completely agree about women's boxing. It's BS. It is. It's boring. I was covering it for all the wrong reasons. Your boy was being a simp. But yeah, no, fuck that. I can't put myself through it, man. Can't do it. Some of them, to be fair, like that Shannon Courtney versus Rachel Ball fight was actually fun enough to watch. It was. You get the odd women's fight that's all right to watch, but I'm not gonna put myself through the mill of sitting down recording a video or anything like that. Hell no. G-Man, what is your take on boxing's great Roy Jones or Mike Tyson? Not watching it. Yeah. I was going back and forth, to be honest with you. In one sense, I was thinking of watching it, and the next, I was like, will I, won't I? In hindsight, looking ahead to Sunday, I'm not staying up. I'm not staying up to watch it. Nor am I gonna wake up early and watch it. I'm just gonna do what I always do. Well, what I normally do. I don't always do it. Sometimes I do stay up, but I'm just gonna do what I normally do, which is, sleep on Saturday. Go to bed Saturday evening. Touch the mic there. Go to sleep Saturday evening. Wake up early in the morning. Watch it then. And then basically do my review. Give my 2 cents. See what's all good in the hood with regards to that fight. That's what I'm going to be doing. Women's boxing is shit. I know that's not PC, but it's the truth. Man, fuck PC. I know it's not PC, but it's the truth. That's the problem. That's the problem we have, is that it's like, oh, you got no, fuck it. Boxing is entertainment as well, and I'm just not entertained. I'm not entertained at all by women's boxing. It's not for me, man. It's not for me at all. You think Dubois is going to go body hunting? Yeah, I think he will as well. Break Joyce down. Once he's zapped, Dubois' body attack is underrated. Left hook. Yeah, man, I think that's something similar is going to happen. I really do. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think Dubois is going to invest quite heavily in the body. That's the good thing with Dubois. We've seen him do that in the past. Like, I know I have. I've seen him go to people's bodies. I've seen him attack other fighters' bodies. So when Dubois does that, and the thing I think about it as well is, right, and this is one thing that I noticed, is that Joe Joyce, for me, showed me that he doesn't like it to the body against Brian Jennings, right? I think that's fair. I think that is 100% fair to say that Joe Joyce don't exactly like it to the body. So if he don't like it to the body and Dubois decides to switch it up and go to the body, I think that Joe Joyce could be in trouble, right? I do. I think we could see Joe Joyce in a bit of trouble there. I really do. Where we go? What was that? Someone just popped up on screen there. Just make sure that that's looking good. Yeah, someone just popped up on screen there. I was like, what the fuck? Not gonna lie, some female boxers are hot. Some are all right. Some ain't great. Some are. Depends really. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, who would you say? I wouldn't say Ebony Bridges. I remember someone when she first came out. I remember the first time I ever heard about her. Someone was like, look up this girl Ebony Bridges, and I was like, no, not for me. Not at all for me. And this was like September or something last year. And I was like, nope, not my style. Not for me at all. And she's like, what, 34 years old? She old. For me, anyway. Salute from Nigeria, bro. Oh, man, big up. Big up. Fury is toxic. Why is he not fighting this year, please? Well, he's not fighting due to money. Simple as. He wants money, and we don't have gates. It's as simple as that, bro. JP, what's up? Big up to you, man. G-man every time. Who would win? Fantasy fight, right. Matthew Macklin versus Darren Barker. I'd go with Barker. I think Barker was better than Matthew Macklin in general. Macklin in his prime was okay, but he was always a European level fighter. He really was. Now, Barker, he won his title again. I forget the guy's name, but he got knocked out by Golovkin. I forget the guy's name. What was his name? I can't remember. I know he was knocked out by Golovkin. Oh, no, it was the Australian guy. What was his name? Fucking can't remember his name. Can't remember his goddamn name. But watch it now. It'll come to me now when I click off that. But that's pissing me off because I know the guy's name. He got knocked out by Golovkin. He got knocked out by Cotto. And I just can't remember his name. Daniel something, I think it was. But you can't remember the guy's name. But yeah, no, Barker for me would take that. What was his name? That's pissing me off now. Daniel Gill. That's it. Daniel Gill. Yeah, and that was the guy. That's pissing me because I could think of the guy, I just couldn't remember his name. People need to move on from Wilder. The whole thing is getting boring. It is. It's fucking ridiculous, this whole thing with Wilder. I'm just dying to see. What they say. Well, I'm just dying to see what they say next. People should more excuses than large numbers, man. It's more so the fact that WBC are coming in saying now that they want Wilder to have his trilogy fight. The WBC, Mauricio Sullivan, I mean, he's been bigging up Wilder for years. There's nothing, you shouldn't be surprised, but there's nothing new there. Mauricio Sullivan bigging up Deontay Wilder. How many we got in the chat right now, actually? 36 people in the chat. How many likes we got? 31 likes. Lads, if you could smash the like button, I'd really, really, really appreciate it. Big up to you, my friend. You kid ugly. Fuck. You always get one. You always get one in the chat. At least I got on camera. At least I got on camera. I feel bad for Hunter Zudo Ramirez. Yeah, both are good guys. I do feel bad for them. And they're good fighters too. They were meant to fight in the same bit. Oh, really? They're not fighting. Are they not fighting now? Then pushed it into the 18 because Canelo GGG fighting now. Have they pushed that fight back, or what have they done on it? I hope that's not pulled, because I do like Ramirez. I like both guys. I think both guys are good fighters. I think both guys are actually good fighters, like real good fighters. So I know the guy Hunter's fighting is absolutely shit. I think he's got a rake of losses. I know that, but I do enjoy watching both guys fight. They are good fighters. You know, they are good fighters. It just gets me annoyed when people moan about pay-per-view fighters. Boxing's the most dangerous sport in the world. They've lost crowd revenues, helped them earn a living. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, I get that. But at the end of the day, you got to look at everyone else in the world as well. That everyone else can't afford, everything, And sometimes a £5 hike could be the difference between someone buying a pay-per-view, So I do look at that as well. F1 is the most dangerous sport. Look, I love F1. That's another sport I love. I love F1. But the way they've been with that sport over the last few years, they are wanting to pad the drivers up. I mean, look at F1 in the 90s, the late 90s. Look at the crashes in F1 and the drivers walked away, no questions asked. And today, if they spin and hit the barrier, they're like, oh, oh, oh. And it might not even be that hard to hit. Like I remember Leclerc when he spun at Monza back a few months ago. Jesus, it wasn't that bad. Like there was way worse in the 90s, in the late 90s. There was way worse crashes and the drivers just dusted themselves off and walked away. Fury is so tired at this point. I hope we get AJ Fury. I really do, lad. I really fucking do. Man, I really do. G-Man's rocks. The suspicion about Williams can be applied to every punter who's moved up through the weights, including some visibly. Yeah, you could definitely do that. You could definitely say that, but it's the fact that gym has a reputation, if you know what I mean. And big up hashtag G-Man's rocks every time. Michael Hunter has the worst luck, wants to fight everyone, but no one wants to smoke. Yeah, exactly. Because he's dangerous. Like if you beat Michael Hunter, you beat a cruiserweight. That's just basically, if you beat Michael Hunter, you've basically beaten a cruiserweight. And if you lose to him, what are you doing losing to a cruiserweight? So, I hope he's a breakthrough fight soon. I do as well. He needs it. I mean, the Povetkin fight should have been, and he should have won the fight. He should have won the fight, but he didn't get the decision. If Frank Warren had known that White and Fury fights weren't going ahead, I wonder would he have made. That's actually a good question, to be fair. That's a good question, Ben. I don't know. Someone's asking, will I subscribe to... Oh, yeah, Ben's asking me the same person. Will I subscribe to The Zone? Yeah. No, I will. I will. I definitely will. No, I'll definitely subscribe to The Zone. 100% I will. No questions asked. I don't mind paying it. Dubois 5-6 to win. The betting odds are very kind on Joe Joyce. I will say that. You think Hrgovic versus Hunter is on the way? I don't know why, but I think Philip will have too much from. I think it's a close fight. If I had to pick, I will go with I'll go with Hunter if I had to. I think that Hrgovic's foot speed is not great. I think Hunter has very good foot speed, and I think that'll cause him problems. What do you think of Fraser Clark, the English amateur prospect, looking good, but he'll turn 30 if he turns pro next year? Yeah, you see, like a lot. He looks all right, Fraser Clark, but yeah, Joe Joyce was 31, 32 when he turned pro, and now he's 35. Yeah, with heavyweight, you can maybe get away with it a bit more because these guys, they tend to last a bit longer. But yeah, you do kind of wonder when they turn pro that late how long they really have. I'll big up to Tony. What's up, G man? Big up every time, man. Big up every time. And I am missing so many questions in this chat, man. I've let it slide like right down. I think we should give women's boxing a shot. Everyone needs time. I mean, women's UFC pretty much. Yeah, like I mean, I've said it before. that two things. One, the gloves are too small on women's boxing. Like wearing an 8-ounce glove on a male lightweight will look small, but if you see it on Katie Taylor, it looks like a pillow. They need smaller gloves. They definitely need smaller gloves. They need 3-minute rounds. They need 3-minute rounds. Like I watched that Katie Taylor fight, she would have like 20 seconds of a flurry, and then she'd stop, then she'd reassess, and then she'd start again. And by the time she started again, the round was nearly over. So they definitely need 3-minute rounds. 100% they need 3-minute rounds. If they don't have 100% they need 3-minute rounds. 100% they need 3-minute rounds. Do you think Joe Joyce's head coach is contracting a cold and him not being there will have an impact? Man, Joe Joyce is, I don't think it'll affect him at all. I really don't. I really don't think it'll affect him at all. 30 years means nothing. True. Povetkin's 41. Look what he did to White and all Pac-Man. Yeah, no, so they say. Age is just a number. Well, you never know. Like, you never know. Like, Joe Joyce is 35, but he could go on till he's 40 and still be knocking guys out. It just depends. Because that Ella Hopkins, she's nice. I'll have to look her up, man. I've never heard of Ella Hopkins. I don't know any of these. I don't know any of these women. I don't know any of these boxers. I don't know any of them. Right? Don't really know any of them. Can anyone tell me what the F happened to David Price? Well, I've got a video on my channel that you might want to watch. If you want to know what the F happened to David Price, I've got a video which has just that title. You know, I think I'm better at selling things than Coogan is. I think I got a better voice for it, you know. Is your dad keeping you up at night? Well, knock it out. Coogan's is your dad keeping you up at night? And it's the I think was it Dell who said it. It's just a cruel lie. It was sponsored by William Hill and Bet365 for years, and now it's a debt agency that's sponsoring them now. I mean, just the irony in that is just real. Agree. When's best that Johnny Fisher looks finished? I think I got the end of that. Mackel did better than Murray versus Sturm. Deserved the drop. Man, Felix Sturm, he always came across as a very kind of odd character. I never had much time for Sturm, to be honest. And he every time he had a big fight, like a step-up fight, it always ended in controversy. Always did. Always ended up in controversy. Car's not being pulled, but no one's going to watch it because, you're talking about Michael Hunters. Well, that's fair. You know, I mean, I'm glad they didn't pull it. But yeah, it's going to take a hit because of GGG. That's unfortunate. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And big up to all the lads who were telling me it was Daniel Gill. Like, literally came to me in the last second. I knew it was Daniel something. And then I was like, oh, Gill. But big up to all you guys for letting us know. Car's not been pulled. It's there. I know you talk about boxing, but do you watch MMA? I do watch MMA, but I don't watch it that much. I'm not religiously into it. I don't watch it a lot. I just can't really get into it, man. I just can't really get into it. Does Ireland respect Paddy Doherty? I barely even know who the guy is, to be honest with you. So that kind of that might say it all there. Hunter will finish the guy in 2. Yeah. He'll go close. He'll go. It'd be over in 2 seconds, that fight, because the guy looks absolutely muck. He's lost a good few times as well. Hunker v Turgovic. I think he does. I think he beat Turgovic. That's my opinion. Just my opinion. You know, I could be wrong, but I think he beat Turgovic. Big up Facet. I hope I'm saying it right. I agree with you regards Formula 1 in the past 3 years. I feel that, oh man, I've been losing interest in F1 for years now. You know, it's been annoying the shit out of me with the way they've been carrying on with it. You know, it really, really has. It's been annoying the absolute shit out of me the way they've been carrying on with it. And like I said, every time a fighter even has someone in and hits the barrier at light speed, it's like, oh god, is he safe? Is he? It's like, he's grand. He's grand. I mean, like, look in the 90s. Look at fucking the crashes that happened in the late 90s, and those they just walked away. It was grand. It's fine. Jesus. The third happening has nothing to do with accusations. It's what you understand. 99% of it happened, in your opinion. Let's say a big up for the super chat, man. Every time. Thanks for the £5. Big up to you. It's just the WBC president coming out and saying, "Is you know what again?" Saying, you know, he's always been big and Wilder. Do I rate Jack Cattrall? He's all right. He's not gonna be Jose Ramirez or Josh Taylor. I'll tell you that. But he's all right. That's big up to Unrivaled. Big up to you, Mark. Fantasy fight. Parker versus Hunter. Damn. Oh, man. Damn. And yes, Dan, exactly. Fuck Eddie Hearn for now. You could have made that fight. Junior Faz gone. You could easily make that fight. Oh, man, I don't know. I really don't know. I would probably leave. Yeah, fuck. Who would I go for in that fight? Oh man, I can't. I can't. I don't know if I could give a prediction on that. Who would you get? Who would you pick? Who would you pick? Hunter versus Parker. Who would you pick? I'm thinking. My head's telling me Parker. Head's telling me Parker, but I can't, man. I can't. I couldn't. Unrivaled. That is a fight. Man, that's a great fight. It's a hell of a fight. It's a hell of a fight, but just I don't know who I pick on that. You know, I really don't know who I go for. I would. I probably would if I had to. Look, if someone said, "Look, G, you got to pick. You can't get out of this. You can't backtrack it. You got to pick." I'll go with Parker. All right, I will go with Parker. I'll say Joseph Parker and just go with that. But damn, it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Really, you've Hunter beaten all heavyweights. What about Usyk? You think he beat? You think he give Usyk a better go at heavyweight? Because I still think Usyk would beat Hunter a heavyweight. I still do. Lads, 34 in the chat. If you could please smash the like button, lads, it'd be greatly appreciated. All right, greatly appreciated. All right. And I just hope, because I'm one of my device here, this is timing out a bit. Right, the stream is on one of my devices. I hope to God, all you guys, it's good there. Right, is it good on your end? Because on my phone it was like, because I have it looking on here just to make sure the camera's okay, and it was timing out a bit on the phone. So I hope it's all good there. I hope nothing's gone wrong. I seriously hope nothing's gone wrong. You forgot Usyk. Yeah, people do, man. No, going back to what Mark said there, right? It looks fine actually now. I think it might have been just my phone acting up. But like, look, he beat Povetkin. He did beat Povetkin, as far as I'm concerned. He beat Povetkin. He fucking beat Povetkin. He didn't get the decision, right? That's as far as I'm concerned, right? In terms of everyone else, I'm not 100% sure. I'm bringing that off because that was looking so glitchy on my end. Yeah, it keeps timing out. It's timing out for me as well. Apologies, lads. I know do you know, right? I was having serious second thoughts about doing this live stream. Not because I didn't want to, but because I was noticing my broadband, even when I was starting, like, getting this live stream ready, was not 100%. And I don't know why. And I really should have reset it before I went on here. But this happened earlier in the stream as well. And all I did was just went off camera and went back on. It seemed to sort that up. Seemed to sort it out fine. And Graham Taylor says it keeps timing out. I fucking hate that. But we should be all right. We'll kill this live stream off because we're at the hour mark. We're nearly at the end anyway. I'm going to probably call it in a bit anyway. Parker's been with Kevin Barry for way too long, lad. Way too long. He needs to move trainer. He really does. He needs a new trainer. Last time Hunter fought a big heavyweight, he battered them. Yeah, he did. Man, Hunter is a fucking good fighter. He is a good fighter. I'm chancing it, right? He is a good fighter, man. Michael Hunter is a very, very good fighter. And I think that he would beat so many, because the speed, he can punch as well a heavyweight. He can. I'm telling you now, Michael Hunter can punch a heavyweight. Anyone who says he can't is like, man, he's hurting these guys. And look at Povetkin. Povetkin was like, what the fuck, when Hunter came charging out at him. Povetkin was like, what the actual fuck was going on when he charged out at him. He would. He'd lose to Usyk. He'd lose to Usyk, definitely. But he'd give Usyk a good go. Always going to give Alexander Usyk a good go. Always give him a good showing. You had Hunter. Do you know what, right? When I watched that live, I actually thought Povetkin did nick it, just because I was influenced by the commentary. So I went up I remember watching it thinking, I'll watch it the next day with no sound. I watched the next day with no sound. Watched the next day with no sound. And I was like, nah, Hunter won the fight. I was like, fucking Hunter won that fight. Definitely. Fucking Michael Hunter, 100% won that fight. No doubt in my mind, Michael Hunter won the fight. Like, it was perfected at his moments, but that was a Hunter fight ever I've seen it. Hunter is great against big heavyweights. Oh, yeah, yeah. Like, I think Michael Hunter, he's the speed against those heavyweights. He's got the speed against those big heavyweights. So he enjoys it. He likes fighting. Lads, do you know what? As much as I hate to, this stream is timing out way too much. I'm gonna call it here. I'm serious. I have to call it here, lads. It's timing out way too much for my liking. It's timing out on my screen as well. So if you don't mind, lads, I'm gonna call it here. We got an hour in. I will do one on Sunday. Right, I will do one on Sunday as well. But for the time being, I'm gonna call it here. It's timing out way too much for you guys. I like these streams running. I like them running like clockwork. So, lads, I'm gonna call it quits here. Right. Apologies for the timeouts. You know me. Lad, this fucking stream, I swear to jeez. I leave the studio then, and I swear to God. Oh, man. I don't know. These fucking this live stream this has not been, it's been a good stream, but it's not been without its faults. It's not been without its faults. So, lads, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to call it quits here, right? I will definitely do one on Sunday. I was debating whether or not to do it, but I'll definitely do one on Sunday because this was a shit stream. In my opinion, it was. You guys might like it, but when it's all choppy and when it's doing this, that, and the other, and when I like it running smooth. You know, I like it running smooth. So, big up to Graham, big up to Ben, big up to all you guys. Love that you drink water from a water cooler. Well, I bring it to the gym with me. It's my gym water thing. It's like 2.5 liters. Get your water. Stay hydrated, champ. Remember Shannon Briggs. But no, lads, appreciate it, lads. I'm gonna call it quits here, lads. You get a video from me tomorrow, definitely tomorrow morning, and I'll definitely cover Yoka's fight tomorrow evening. Fights on the weekend, of course, and then we'll have a chat at Sunday evening at some stage. So, lads, big up to all you guys. Sunday, let's talk about boxing, episode 31. Same time, maybe not same time, but about 7, usual time. So, people, I'll talk to you then. Peace, lads. Talk to you. Peace.